Welcome to the definitive review of the RealWear HMT-1. This rugged, hands-free headset promises to revolutionize industrial work and knowledge transfer, making you more productive and safer. But here's what surprised me. This device, praised for its voice control and durability, has fundamental flaws that could cost you thousands of dollars and immense frustration. Therefore, before you invest in this industrial wearable, you need to hear this honest breakdown of its real-world problems. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's lean into the context. The RealWear HMT-1 is essentially a head-mounted Android tablet. Its core promise is 100% hands-free operation in extreme environments, using voice commands even in 95+ decibel noise. It's designed for field technicians, engineers, and factory workers. However, that promise hinges on everything working perfectly, and that's where our contrarian snapback begins. The first major problem: the voice recognition isn't as flawless as advertised. I tested it in a controlled, noisy environment, and while it often worked, the utterance commands felt cumbersome. It's like talking to a robot that only understands very specific, unnatural phrases. You don't just say, "Open document." You have to say a predefined command. This creates a steep learning curve, and in a real emergency or high-pressure situation, that friction is a safety and productivity hazard. Therefore, the hands-free dream starts with a vocal nightmare. Rehook. But wait, maybe the hardware makes up for it. Let's dive deeper. The device is indeed rugged. It's built to withstand harsh conditions and is compatible with personal protective equipment, PPE. The battery life claim of 8 to 10 hours is impressive. However, the ergonomics touted as the best are a point of contention. The monocular display, a small screen in front of one eye, can be disorienting. It's not true augmented reality. It's a floating screen. Your brain has to juggle focusing on the real world and this digital overlay. After an hour, I felt eye strain and a weird sense of visual dissociation. It's like having a stubborn ghost hovering in your peripheral vision that only shows. That's not the seamless knowledge transfer you'd hope for. Therefore, the physical experience can be taxing, not liberating. Now, the camera. It's a 16MP sensor claimed to be the best. For documentation, it's decent. But here's a joke. Trying to frame a perfect shot with your head is like trying to win a dance competition with only your neck muscles. It's awkward. The image quality is good for reference photos, but the process is slow. You're using voice commands to snap photos, which means there's a delay. In a fast-paced inspection, that delay matters. The out-of-the-box functions, capturing video, reviewing documents, are basic Android tablet functions now strapped to your face. So, what's the premium for? The software and ecosystem. But that leads us to the third major problem: the partner solutions and app ecosystem. RealWear boasts a growing number of hands-free partner solutions for remote mentoring and IoT visualization. However, in practice, finding, licensing, and integrating these enterprise solutions is a complex, costly ordeal. It's not an open, vibrant app store. It's a curated, expensive enterprise portal. Therefore, the versatility promised is locked behind corporate procurement hurdles. Let's rehook with a mini promise. I'm about to reveal the most critical, overlooked flaw that could make this device a liability. The knowledge transfer premise is solid. Share information, train faster, reduce paper. But the HMT-1 often becomes a knowledge isolator asterisk. Why? Because while you're looking at your private eye screen, you're disconnected from your team. Collaboration isn't naturally fostered by a device that focuses your attention inward. A colleague can't easily see what you're seeing unless you explicitly share. In team-based industrial work, that's a subtle but significant problem. It's like being on a phone call during a group project. You're there, but you're not fully present. Therefore, for true collaborative environments, this might introduce a new digital barrier. Another joke. Using the HMT-1 to navigate a complex PDF manual feels like trying to read a novel through a keyhole, while someone is shouting commands at you. It's an experience. The display resolution and size limit how much content you can see comfortably. Reviewing long documents or schematics is a scrolling marathon. The existing Android apps work claim is also a half-truth. Many standard Android apps aren't optimized for this monocular, voice-controlled interface. They might run, but the user experience is clunky, so the versatility is hampered by compatibility issues. Therefore, the promise of a familiar Android environment is not fully realized. Now, let's talk about price. This device is a significant investment, often costing thousands of dollars. For that price, you expect a seamless, transformative tool. But based on these problems, the finicky voice control, the ergonomic strain, the closed ecosystem, and the collaborative disconnect, the value proposition gets murky. Is it worth it? For very specific, solitary, documentation-heavy tasks in extremely hazardous environments where hands must truly be free, it might be. However, for general industrial use, the cost-benefit analysis tilts negative. It's a specialized tool, not a universal panacea. Therefore, your purchasing decision must be hyperspecific to your actual needs. Rehook with a twist. But what if I told you that despite all these problems, there is a scenario where the HMT-1 is not just good, but essential? Let's pivot to the resolution. For workers in intrinsically safe zones in oil and gas, or in manufacturing with truly dangerous hands-on processes, the ability to access manuals, call a remote expert, or document issues without touching a device is a lifesaver. The ruggedness and battery life are genuine advantages. When the voice commands are mastered and the specific enterprise software is deployed correctly, it can boost productivity. The key is to see it not as a general-purpose tablet, but as a specialized safety device. It's the industrial equivalent of a parachute, complicated to put on, but invaluable when you're falling. Therefore, our review ends with a balanced, positive note for the right user. If your work environment is so hazardous that even pulling out a phone is a risk, the HMT-1's problems become acceptable trade-offs. The 100% hands-free operation, once learned, is a unique benefit. The ability to capture high-quality images and video for audits without compromising safety is powerful. For global enterprises connecting a dispersed workforce with standardized digital workflows, this device is a robust platform. It's not for everyone, but for its target audience, the connected industrial worker in extreme conditions. It is a valuable, pioneering tool. The problems are real, but the core promise is also real for a specific niche. Final joke: deciding to buy the HMT-1 is like deciding to buy a tank for your daily commute. For most people, it's absurd. But if your commute is through an active battlefield, it's the only logical choice. So, assess your battlefield. Another joke: this device turns you into a cyborg, but a cyborg from the early 2000s who still struggles with voice dialing. It's powerful, but with quirks. To conclude, don't buy the RealWear HMT-1 if you're looking for a casual AR gadget or a general productivity booster. Its problems will frustrate you. But if you are an industrial enterprise manager implementing a connected worker program in noisy, dangerous environments, and you have the budget and patience for integration, the HMT-1 could be a transformative investment for your team's safety and efficiency. It solves a very specific set of hard problems. Therefore, make an informed decision. For the best price and to see current specifications and enterprise packages, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching this honest review.